Okay, so a few trades really quickly. Trey Burke to Utah for Shabazz Muhammad and Gorgui Dieng. They go to Minnesota. I love what Minnesota is doing. Because now you have Ricky Rubio, you have Gorgui Dieng, who I personally think is going to be better than Nerlens Noel. And then you have Shabazz Muhammad, who's that solid Aaron Aflalo-like swing player with a little more scoring ability. So, I mean, your take on that trade really quickly.
Yeah, I don't mind it for Minnesota as well. I think a lot of people were down on Shabazz Muhammad, in particular because of UCLA's struggles this year. And he just sort of had a rough go in his year. But you have to remember the type of talent that he brought in coming into the season. This was one of the top, if not the top guy coming into the country this year. And yeah, he brings sort of an Aflalo type, good outside shooting, can get to the basket. And he's going to be playing with some talent in Minnesota. And Rubio, as good of a distributor as there is in basketball right now, particularly with passing, he doesn't do a whole lot of other things well, but he's a terrific passer. Yeah. So he's going to look for Muhammad to get open looks. And I really like Gorgui Dieng. I thought he was going to end up going 20 to the Bulls because I thought it was important for them to get another guy to help protect Noah a little bit. They decided to go with Tony Snell, get shooting, which is also another need for them. But Gorgui Dieng is a really, really good defensive player, arguably the best defensive five in college basketball last year. And I think that game is going to translate. He certainly has an NBA body, terrific athleticism. He still needs to work on his offensive game, but, if they end up keeping a guy like Nikola Pekovic, to have Dieng coming off the bench for him to get him an offensive, defensive type of thing, they're going to be fine. Minnesota made some good draft picks tonight.
Ben, tell me what you think about this, because a lot of people like to compare and contrast and say, oh, he'll kind of be like this guy, he'll be like that guy. So my quick take, Gorgui Dieng, I see becoming a less offensive-minded Joakim Noah. I see him playing astounding defense. He could easily put up the Ben Wallace numbers where he has 2 points and 20 rebounds and 6 blocks. Ben Wallace in his prime, of course, out of Virginia Union. And Shabazz Muhammad, I could see being O.J. Mayo. I mean, am I spot on with that? What do you think?
Yeah, O.J. Mayo might be a fair comparison. I see a little bit of Harrison Barnes, actually.
In Shabazz Muhammad?
In Shabazz Muhammad. But hold on. But only in the sense that these are guys that had just tremendous credentials entering their collegiate careers, and they never really got to the point where they should have collegiately. But then going to the NBA, you started to see Barnes pick it up towards the end of the season, has some good games in the postseason. I think it'll take a little bit of time for Shabazz Muhammad to get himself going, but he certainly has the talent to be able to get himself going. Because he's more of an outside shooter, I think the comparison to Mayo is probably fair. Dieng to Joakim Noah, Dieng's a bigger body. And Noah coming in, obviously he's put on a lot of muscle over the last few years and gotten himself more of a big, 5-type body.
And just confidence offensively. I mean, his rookie year, when he would get the ball, it'd be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Here, you take it. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And it's going to be a slow start for Dieng on the offensive end, and I don't see why he can't get better. He certainly has the talent to do so. I think from a defensive numbers type of standpoint, they're probably going to be one within the same, at least starting off.
Another big trade that was on draft night, New Orleans traded Nerlens Noel and a first-round pick to the 76ers for Drew Holiday and Pierre Jackson. I don't understand why exactly Philadelphia would just give up on Drew Holiday. I love his game. I think he has a chance to be a top 10, not 5, I'll give him 7 point guard in the league down the road. He could even be that much better when a few of the others retire. But, why give up on Drew Holiday so quickly? He's so young. He has such a chance to be such a fantastic player in this league, and yet they give up on him this quickly. Why?
I wish I could tell you, because I really like Drew Holiday. He's only 23. He's still cap controllable for the next couple of years, and he apparently just didn't fit with the Sixers GM Sam Hinkie's plans, and so they traded the pick. They got Nerlens Noel, who obviously they must have been very high on, and the Pelicans made that selection, I think probably to trade him. They knew that he was probably the top talent available. A lot of people thought, okay, how is he going to play with Anthony Davis? And I think they would have found a way to do it. They're two very athletic, very skilled guys. But I think Philadelphia, Hinkie in particular, being a metrics guy, knew what he wanted to build. And they also don't have a coach yet. So they're trying to build the way in sort of what Hinkie wants to be able to put together. And so by trading that pick, getting Nerlens Noel, Mike Carter-Williams, and keeping that 11th pick, and then they get their pick next year, correct?
Yes.
So, listen, you're going to get a 2014 pick, and that's going to be a terrific, terrific draft. So Philadelphia knows what they're doing. They knew that they weren't going to be a playoff team this year based on the talent that they had around them right now. It didn't work last year. Hinkie wants to build a team in an image that he believes is going to keep them successful long term. And with the talent and skill they had right now, he didn't see that to be possible. I was very surprised they traded Holiday, but listen, it's a bold move, and at least you know that if you're not going to be able to compete for a championship, you got to put yourself in a position to compete for a championship down the road. That's what he did.
So, okay, the Hornets' big three, I mean, it seems like everyone is using the Miami Heat model. You got to build around 3 players. So now they have Jeremiah Rivers, they have Drew Holiday, and they have Anthony Davis.
Austin Rivers.
Excuse me, Austin Rivers. Jeremiah Rivers, not in the league.
No, he's too busy on Twitter criticizing Bill Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. Which we'll get to in a moment. Okay, so Austin Rivers, Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday. Is that that's a 5 down the road who could be very, very good. Obviously, a lot of people still believe in. I do as well. Austin Rivers, I think, is going to be a very, very solid 2 guard. If he grows a little more, he could play the 3. And then Drew Holiday, or he could play the 3 if they go small. I mean, that could easily happen too. And then they have Drew Holiday, who's a solid point guard. Are those 3 that you could build around?
I think that's what they're banking on, at least to this point. You got some decent scoring, and Davis provides the defensive flexibility down low. I think it's too early for me to say these are the 3 key guys that you can build a championship around. I just haven't seen enough to be able to say that that's exactly what's going to happen, and that these are true, legit guys you can build a championship caliber team around. They're certainly talented. You and I both agree on that, but yeah. I think in this process, Stromer, it's too early to tell.
Okay, well, we'll see how it plays out. You guys can discuss in the comments. We'd love to hear from all.